Yes, and we're live. Don't mind my dressing, okay? Summer is bye bye to summer already. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. So I'm happy to be here. Trust me. I am glad to be here. I'm glad to share based on what I have learned with parents of teenage girls. And as I've told us, most of these things I share with us is from the things, my interactions, what I've learned. My learnings from your girls basically is what I've come to tell you like an expo so that you know how to better relate with your girls. And I hope that you're taking advantage of it. My name is Funmilola Williams. I am the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. Informed and Reformed Teens Academy is a mentorship academy that is strictly online for girls. By the grace of God, we have a curriculum that is able to help you model your girls, pattern the lives of your girls after God's original purpose for them. And then if you have anyone that has a girl, please tell them that if there's a community that they need to learn, there's a community that they need to be, then it is the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. All right, you can use the same link you have used to join this evening to catch on all replays of classes that we have had. Trust me, it's a truckload of things that you can learn on your parenting journey with girls, your teenage girls. My core concern, my core strength, my core calling is teenage girls. All right, what are we going to be learning this evening? We're going to be learning about how to teach grit and resilience to your teenage girl. If you've been with girls for a while, you will know that it is not something that comes natural for girls. Boys, even boys, they still need to do a bit of a work. But for girls, girls give up easily. Girls get tired easily. I've you seen girls say, "Oh, this is where it starts." Okay, I'm going to study medicine, and then year one, year two, then the girl says, "Oh, I can't cope," or I'm going to study this. That's just an example. That's just to say the things. For example, a girl says, "I want to go into a business. Oh, I've run at a loss. I'm not going to do it again," or whatever it is. Girls are quick to give up. Girls are quick to say, "Oh, this is not working." Girls are quick to say, "I'm not doing this no more." And you know what? There has to be a way to draw a line between when to there has to be a way to draw a thin line between what you need to walk away from and then what you need to keep at. So it is as you're going on your journey with your girls that you begin to see this line so that you don't begin to blur them together. All right. And I hope that you, as you're here, I'm sure, I'm certain that there'll be something new that you pick on your journey with your teenage girls. Don't forget to grow this community. If you have not subscribed, what are you still waiting for? Kindly subscribe. Let's grow the community. Subscribe and be liking be making comments and recommend the community to other people that are parenting girls in your closet. Don't forget that it's all of us together that we're doing this work. All right. So we're talking about teaching grit and resilience to your teenage girl. And I've just told us great resilience, tenacity. It doesn't. Some of us learned it in adulthood. When life didn't give us a choice, when life didn't give us any other choice, that's when we learned grit. That's when we learned resilience. That's when we learned all of the things that we need to move on in our journey in life. But we can turn the type. We can begin to teach our girls early. That's why we're teaching us these things to be able to help our girls. All right. That being said, the number one thing. So let me before I even start saying um how to teach it. What's grit? What's resilient? Grit is that factor that says no in the face of doubting situations. And in resilience, in my own definition, layman simple, resilience is the determination to continue until you see it to the end. That ability to say no, it is until this thing is ended. That's when I'm going to say, okay, we're done. So that's simply what resilience is. And if you agree with me, not so many people have it. And I've said it, you have to know how to draw a thick line, because you have to know where to draw the line between what to walk away from and then what to keep going at, so that we don't end up doing damage. I know exactly what it is I'm talking about, but that may not be the conversation for today. There are things to walk away from. That doesn't mean that you're not resilient. It doesn't mean that you're not tenacious. It only means that you know what it is that the end result of this thing is not going to be worth it. So I need to just take a walk away. So walking away from something is different from This is what I need to do. This affects my core, this affects my being, and I need to say to the hand. We should know when to draw the line. The first thing you need to do as a parent of a teenage girl, knowing that girls are wired not to be girls, if you're not careful, a girl wants to be taken care of, forgetting that she's the one to take care of people. A girl is a nurturer, a girl is a comforter, a girl is someone that has a lot of capacity to bring a lot of things to a lot of people, but it will not naturally happen. And that's why a girl will say, as I am like this, I'll just finish school. I'm looking for a man to take care of me. So that is the first instinct of a girl. So until you begin to drive a girl does not know that she has a capacity. Oh, I'm not saying she should not now have a partner that will be supportive, no, but I'm saying that beyond that, there is much more to a girl. Girls are limitless. Girls are boundless. Girls don't have boundaries. There's nothing a girl sets her mind to that a girl cannot do. But a girl will not naturally say that immediately. So it is your work, it is your duty, it is your responsibility to begin to push your girl in the direction of the things that they can do. So how do you begin to teach these things? And don't forget, the world is not for the faint-hearted. The world is not, I don't know whether you know, but the world these days, wherever part of the country you are, I mean, whatever part of the world you're watching me from, you would know that it's not for people that, that give up easily. And that's why, have you wondered why, because I actually read a report that girls, younger girls, I mean, girls give up easily than boys, and girls are the ones that are more prone to committing suicide than boys. I read the report myself. So that's to tell us that these are all, and these little things that we don't think it's really serious. That's what culminates into what is going to, I was sharing, I was in a convention with one of my coaches at that time, and I said I am able to understand people that are in despondent states and then they take these certain decisions. I'm able to understand why. And he said, oh yeah, because maybe you've been able to go through, so the issue now is the ability to go through whatever it is and then still come out and then still begin to find your footing, begin to find your purpose. That is what we are actually talking about. And this will not just jump on your girl. If it's not worked, it will not happen. And if it's not worked and then life happens and your girl is not ready, that's why you see girls buckle on that. Have you noticed that it is girls when you go to psychiatric homes, it is girls that you find there. When you go to mental institutions, it is girls, women now, it is women that we find there the most. So all of these places, that is the mental when the mental faculties buckle, give way to pressure, give way to this, give way to that. That is when all of these things happen. So what's going to happen? How are you going to help your girl so that even when life happens, you're not there, your dad is not there, the girl is able, based on the little things that she's been learning from start, she's able to say no, I'm not going to give in just yet, or I'm not going to give up just yet. That is the conversation of today. And then the next first thing we're going to be learning is that we're going to be teaching the connection between resilience, grit, character, and ultimate success. You need to teach the connection between resilience, grit, character, and ultimate success. See, all of these things will not just happen. I am currently reading a book, How Kids Succeed. And then the author is trying to talk about, see, what will make your child not buckle when life challenges comes, what will make your child not give up, what will make your teenage girl not say stand in the face of overwhelming pressure. This evening I was still talking to the girls in my corner and I was talking to them about certain things, just trying to, have a time with them. And I said to them, what is going to make the difference between you and the girls and every other girl you're going to meet on your journey is what you have been able to put right here in your head. So it's going to come from your head. So you have to let your girl understand that without grit, let them understand how important this grit and resilience that we're talking about, let them understand how important it is in their journey. So that's why you have to see the connection between resilience, grit, character, and ultimate success. Without this theory, it's going to be so difficult to, to not give up. It's easy. Giving up is easy. Throwing in the towel is easy. Not attempting anything anymore is easy. It's harder to do things. It's more difficult to stretch yourself. It's more difficult to do new things. It's more difficult to do what you haven't done before. It is harder. It is easier to give up. And you know what? When you don't stretch yourself, when you don't drag yourself, when you don't take yourself from your comfort zone to arrive at relative success is going to be difficult. So your girl has to first of all understand this, that she's going to make mark if she's going to make a difference, if she's going to be, if her voice will be heard, then she has to understand that this resilience that we're talking about, it is what they call non-negotiable. This grit that we're talking about, it is non-negotiable, and character is non-negotiable. To be able to, you need, there's no, you can't even build character, you can't even build resilience without character. That's the fulcrum of it. That's the fulcrum of it. And that's what's taking us to the next thing I'll be talking about. So let your girl understand. Your girl thinks that things will just happen, she should listen to the things that they talk about. And to make it worse, social media has made it worse, dark romance has made it worse, a lot of imaginations, things that don't happen, that's made it worse for girls. So girls are literally waiting, and they say, what's that thing that they say to us now? The knight in shiny armor is coming, yeah, and then the Cinderella, and then she does, and then the prince comes to carry her. See, let your girl understand that there's nobody coming anywhere to save her except herself. So if she really wants to make her own mark, if she really wants to make her own difference, then she has to be ready to learn this grit, this resilience, even though it is hard, even though is not comfortable. Of course, growth is not comfortable. I like you to put in the comment that growth is not comfortable. Growth is hard. Growth is difficult. Growth will inconvenience you. But the fact is that the kind of beauty that happens when growth happens cannot be quantified. So let your girl understand that without grit, without resilience, without character building, there is nobody is going anywhere. It's going to be very, very difficult. You can't achieve ultimate success. So whatever it is that she's thinking, she's willing, she wants to do, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be this, I want to be that. Whatever, no matter how, and I've told us, do not let us not trivialize the dreams of our girls. Let us not trivialize the dreams, the aspirations, no matter what, whether big or little in our own eyes, the aspiration is, as long as it's conforms to their personality, as long as it conforms to who they are. Please don't trivialize it. So that dream, that whatever it is, no matter, if without resilience, without grit, the girl won't go far. She won't be able to do anything, because when things happen, she'll just cow and be like, I'm out. And that's why we have a lot of outers. And that's what we're trying to do, is how to help us so that we don't raise outers, or rather we'll raise finishers, girls that will finish the course. So that's the conversation really. So you have to let them know. Sit them down, tell them these things, that without grit, without resilience, it's very hard to achieve success. It's very hard. Whatever it is that success means to your girl, whatever it is that success means in the plan and purpose of God for her life, whatever it is, without grit, without resilience, she won't. Nobody will go far. Nobody will go far without those things. So let that one be settled in her mind, so that she knows that this is a conversation that is not to be joked about. That the next thing you need to do, you need to build character and consistently work on its deficit. Build character. That's number one thing you need to do in your teenage girls. A lot of girls have character deficits. A lot. I've seen quite a lot. A lot are ungrateful. A lot complain. A lot murmur. A lot are lazy. A whole lot of things. And see, without this character, it is this character that will tell you to stay on your course. This character of, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to be grateful. I need to be thankful. I need to do this. I need to start it. I need to finish it. So you have to build. It will not jump on your girl. I need not to be lazy. It's as simple as you be in the kitchen and they lazing or lounging or wherever. Do you understand? Simple things like that. It is very important. Build character. Let me tell you a story to illustrate what I'm saying. While we're much younger, I've always had girls. So my cousins, so will be there. And our mothers will just say to us, go and look for whatever you want to eat. And then one of my girls, my younger cousins, said to me that, my sister, let's not eat, let's just drink curry, let's not eat anything today. It's as simple as that. That's a character deficit, not wanting to do anything. So, as we grew, all of that had to give way to really serious stuff. So that's to tell you how girls can really, really be. So please, if you're noticing so build character, whatever it is that character means to you, please build it in your girls. If you're noticing a character deficit, please work on it. Don't say she will outgrow it. Nobody outgrows bad character. Please put in the comment section. No one outgrows bad character without being deliberately worked upon. So please don't say, oh, she will outgrow. She's just a child. Oh, she will outgrow it. No. Simple things. If you notice simple lies, go and know how to work on it. People lie when they are afraid. afraid of consequence. So if your girl is lying, if you have noticed, if you know any character deficit, please work on it, because it is that character that will stay at home. Trust me. You know, it is a place a girl gets to, and then she says, "Oh, nobody is here. I can actually do what I like. I can actually give up, or I can actually give in. I can succumb to pressure, or I must say no, I must stay on course." What's going to hold your girl? It is that character. So if that character is not solid, if it is not defined, see, trust me, this grit that we're talking about, this wrestling that we're talking about, it will be inachievable for your girl. So please build character, and consistently work on its deficit. How do you work on character deficits? By teachings, by learnings. Let them understand why. You could use stories to teach, you could use illustrations, you could use your own personal experiences to fill in character deficits. It's very important. So please don't wave away any bad character you notice in your girl. Because see, it will not change and it will not get better with time. At least I have learned that with girls. Girls that were pilfering when we were in secondary school, most of them grew to become better at the whatever. Girls that were doing also funny stuff, they agreed to be better at it. So please don't wave it away, don't wish it away, don't just say, oh, it's gonna get better, or she's just a child. No. So consistently build the character of your girls. Consistently, any deficit you notice, please work on it. Do all you can, do everything that is within you to ensure that you work on the character deficit of your girls. Otherwise, that is what will drag them from staying on course. That is what will drag them from being resilient. That is what because see, when it's character that will tell them that, okay, this is a shorter cut. So it is the character that they have. They will say, no, I'm actually going to go and read and pass, or I'm actually going to go and buy Expo, or what, I don't know what they call it anymore now. But while we're in the university, they were calling it Expo, whatever it is. All of those were the names that they were calling it then. So it is that character that will make the difference. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. So please build character and work on its deficit. Don't wish it away. Anything you notice lack of, anything you notice that you are the one living with your girls, you're the one, and you will know if you're observant, if you're watching as a parent, you will know. I know the character deficits of my girl, and I know the work I'm trying to do on it to ensure that it doesn't follow her into adulthood. Don't forget, by the time your girl is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, it is going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. So please, the earlier the better. You know, the way they will say that the best time to cut a tree was yesterday, the next best time is today. So today, go and attack that character deficit. The moment you're done with this session, if there's any character deficit that you've noticed in your child, go and sit down together. If it means that you have to sit down together with them, okay, what is the struggle? And don't forget that it is a child that you're connected to that will be able to tell you, mommy, this is why I'm lying. Or, mommy, this is why I'm stealing. Or, mommy, this is why I don't want to do chores. This is why that if you're not connected to your child, she will not be able to share these conversations with you. And don't forget, if you don't fix this character deficit, it will be very tough, very, very hard, almost impossible to build the grit, to build the resilience that your daughter needs to forge ahead in life. Because see, you will not always be there. You won't always be there. So please work on it now. Any character deficit you see in your child, please don't wait it away. Don't. That's one thing parents do. You know, we wish that, I said to us a lot of times that it is that child that teenage girl that is on your hands, that imperfect girl, that is the one that you don't have to parent. That one that, just the things a lot of times that you don't like, this da. But that is that one that you have the duty, the responsibility to guide and parent, not the one that you are wishing that you have. So please get on the job. If there's a character deficit on your child, please work on it. And it's because it is that character that will stay her on to build the grit, to build the resilience that she needs to move on her journey in life. Then the next thing you want to do, you want to model what you teach to them. This thing, most of it starts and ends with parents, and that's why we're back to us again. It's back to us. What are you modeling to your child? What are you modeling? What she's seeing? She's seeing a mom. She's seeing a dad that's she's seeing a deadbeat parent, or she's seeing a parent that, irrespective, as against all odds, you're moving. You're moving as against all odds. When you need to get help, are you reaching out for help? When you need to get counsel, are you reaching out for counsel? When you need to get wisdom, are you reaching out for wisdom? Just to ensure that you stay on focus. What you have not done is hard. The other time I called while I was at work, and I called the girls and I said to them, "Are you reading your books?" And she said, and you know what they said to me? Say, "We are reading together. Now, should we will review it together." So that kind of put me on my toes that, okay, if I am telling them to read, I must be reading. That's just an example. So what am I saying is that, what are you modeling? Are they seeing someone that gives up easily? Are they see, and don't forget, some of us were not prepared for adversity rather. Most adults were not prepared for adversities, whether we want to debate it, whether we want to accept it. That's but you go and check the times of when adversities have happened to me. I know how I was shaking. That's the truth. So I had to go and now start building myself. I had to go and start building myself. How? I had to go and start reaching out, learning, teaching, or opening the mind and all of that. Most of us were not built for adversities, and that's why when they happen, and that's why one major life occurrence will happen, and then people are never able to get back on track. Have you seen a family that they lost their job, and the father of the house lost the job, or the mother of the house lost the job, and the family were never able to be balanced again? I'm sure you have seen one or two. So that's what happens. That's what happens when the grit is lacking, when the resilience is lacking. And this author I was reading says about, see, whether your child will succeed, it's not even about how intelligent, it's not about the what's it called now? The what's that one that is called now? Intelligent quotient. That's not the determining factor about whether your child will succeed ultimately or not. What will determine ultimately whether your child will succeed or not is whether she's able to have this grit, this resilience, this never say never, never die, I'd never give up kind of thing. So what are you modeling? What are you modeling? What has life if event turned you into? Some of us were pessimistic. I'm not saying that life is not going to happen. Yeah, it's okay for life to happen, but when it happens, how are we taking it? Are we giving up along with it? Are we giving up our dreams? Those dreams that we had while we're in the universities, while we're in the secondary schools, have we given up? Have we thought that it's not possible again? What are we doing? Our kids are watching. I said to my guys, I'm picking my medals. You better pick yours. I say it to her and I move. And then she sees as I move. She sees as I move. So it's hard. Growth, that was the first thing I said. Growth is hard. Growth is inconvenient. Growth is extremely uncomfortable. But your girls need to see. And that's how we begin to change the things that we say. I want to be, I want you to, I want you to be, I want to be proud of you. What's that? You go and be proud of yourself. Let your child go and be proud of you. Let your child see a mom that's not giving up. Let your child see a dad that's not giving up. So don't don't let life's challenges leave us flat and out. That's what I mean. And if you are thinking, oh, it's easy for you to say, no, trust me, I've been there. I have been there. I have been there. Or should I say I'm there? So I understand that it could be difficult, it could be challenging, but how are we getting on? How are we moving on? You want to teach grit, you want to teach resilience, and then the one challenge that's happened to you, you've not been able to move past it. You've not been able to do any other thing. And then you begin to refer to events that happen. If not for that, I lost my job. If not that I lost my this. If not that they sacked me at work. If not that my office this. If not, we begin to refer to things that happened. We never moved from there. And then we want to raise teenage girls that will have grit and have resilience. How are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? It's going to be so hard. So it will be as though we're talking with both sides of our mouth. They're not going to listen. They're not going to listen. So I'm just challenging, I'm encouraging us. Those dreams that would abandon, those dreams that would left. This is time to go back to it. This time to go back to it. Somewhere when I was in university, I used to envision myself teaching, but somewhere in a way, I am teaching today. Not in the last scale, but I have started. That's a dream that I've always had. Teaching who? Teaching young people. But the way it was like in form of, okay, I'm going to run a school, blah, blah, blah. But now it is happening. Maybe not the exact dimension that I saw or I envisaged, but in one dimension or the other, it is still happening. So those dreams that you have abandoned, this is the time. This is your call. This is your wake-up call. Those things that enough of the things that happen. I am sorry the things that happen to us that happen, but most of it also happen based on our choices. I'm not even going to go there today. That's the truth. It happened because of the choices that we made or the things that we did not know. Don't forget there will be no excuses. That's why I always say to us to teach our girls, life will not excuse anybody. Life will not excuse anybody. If there's something that you should, if you don't do it, the consequences of not doing it is going to come upon you. And if there's something that you should do that you're not doing, you can't cry foul. But now this is where we are. Can we begin to move from here now? Can we move to move? Can we begin to move the things that we've abandoned, the things that we've forgotten? Can we begin to encourage ourselves? Okay, this is it. I'm down, but I'm not out. I am down, but I'm not out. I will pick up my life from where it is, and I begin to make it better. I begin to. It will be hard. I understand hard. Trust me. I am talking. I understand hard. It's going to be hard, but it's not impossible. So what are you modeling? Model grit, model resilience, model tenacity. Let them see, if there's something I've seen in my mom, that's what I see mostly. I see a woman that just says, no, it's not over until it's over. So I'm like, okay, so there's no choice really. Because that's a model to me. So no matter what happens, we're able to turn, there's a way you can turn it around. We can turn it around. I know it's hard, but it is not impossible. Please write in the comment section. It is hard, but it is not impossible. What's the next thing you need to do? You need to use their failures as a tool for this teaching. So don't browbeat your kids when they fail. Please put in the comment section for me. Don't browbeat your kids, your teenage girls when they fail. Failure is part of is part of their story. Failure is part of it. Don't browbeat them. Don't go all out, all ash, all hard as though we've never failed before. I think sometimes this parenting should humble us. Why should it humble us? Because the things that we're dragging our kids for, we also fall short of it at times. The times that we failed, who was browbeating you? The times that you didn't meet your target, the times that the book you promised yourself you're going to finish that you didn't finish, the things that you said you're going to do that you didn't do, who browbeated you, who bamboozled you, who made you feel worse, who made you feel terrible. So why are you doing that to your teenage girl? Why are you making her feel failure is such a horrible thing? Why are you making her feel that failure is so terrible, it's so horrible that she can never, and they begin to say things like, look at you, your mates are doing better than you. Don't be saying this kind of things to your teenage girls. You are dampening their spirit. So let them use their faith. So what you ask them rather is that, what have you learned from this now? That's how they build that grit. That's how they build that rest. And don't forget what I said. Without this grit and resilience, it's going to be hard to achieve success in whatever it is that they're going to do. So that's how you build it. So don't you go browbeating, don't you go bullying, don't you go all of the things that we do. Oh, you know what you do, I know what I do. So this is why we're on learning all of these things. So don't be so harsh, don't be so hard, as though you've never failed before. If you've never failed before, then you have not learned much, basically. If you have never failed before, you have not learned much, basically. That is it. If you never failed at anything, everything you've been doing just goes pa, 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 then you have not learned much. So please let them use that failure to learn. So it should not be about, for example, now for example, my daughter fails WAEC and I begin to say, how dare you fail after all the money I paid? No, that's not the way. So you begin to ask questions. Okay, what is the difficulty? Did you not prepare well? What was the struggle? What was the challenge? Or for example, if a bigger challenge comes up, I begin to say, okay, what hey, you have disgraced me. What's all of that for? Why do we even do all of those things that we do? So they will not learn. They will not learn. They will not learn. You just kill their spirit. That's what you will do. That's what you will do when you begin to browbeat them, when you begin to go all out on them as though you've never made a mistake, And there was a joke about a man that, he's always saying to his kids that when he was in primary school, when he was in secondary school, he was always the first. And one day the child was bringing the result. He has not even seen the result. He started talking, started shouting. That's why you're wasting money. You're wasting my money. And the child said that this is not my result. Oh, it's your name I saw there. You can imagine how embarrassed the man must have felt. So let's take it easy with our kids when they fail. Let's find out why. That's what a deliberate and intentional parent will think. Why the failure? Didn't I do my part? My coach says something. She says, when your child does what you don't expect, that's your scorecard. I don't know whether you understand. That's your scorecard. That's the best you have done. So it's not about the child. The child is not parenting himself. The child is not leading. Your teenage girl is not leading herself. We were making a conversation in the yard one, and she said, see, let me tell you, if my child gets pregnant, now that's what talking, if my child gets pregnant now, I'm going to ask myself, where did I miss it? I know when I start to think about it, I said, what level of wisdom is this? But some of us are like, you have disgraced me. You are giving me shame. Which shame? Which shame? That means I have not done my own work well. That's what it means. It's my scorecard. So as a matter of fact, your children's failure is your scorecard. And the scorecard is not to condemn you. No, the scorecard is to make you rearrange yourself. What you need to learn, what you need to do. That's what it is for. So please, dear parents, let's take it easy. When they fail in whatever aspect, when they are struggling, whatever aspect, any area at all. I just use those two as examples. So please, let's take it easy with them. Use it as a so find out why the reason for the failure. Then what can I learn for the failure? How can I move from this failure? That is your duty, that is your work, that is your role, that is your responsibility as their parents. You're not the one to come and clip their wings. You're not the one to come and put them in hot water. You're not the one to come and shame them. Trust me, they feel all of that already. They already feel. See, I read somewhere a long time ago, and it applies to teenage girls a lot. That your girl, if your girl is struggling, your girl knows. You don't have to rub it in. Your girl is struggling. Trust me, she knows. She knows. You don't have to rub it in. Well, I was your age. Well, why do we say all of those things? So please, when they fail, please find. I told us to do three things. Find out the reason for the failure. What can I do? Then how do I move from this failure? That's your role. That's your duty. That's your responsibility. If you're not doing that, you're failing your assignment as a parent. I'm sorry to say, because she won't learn. So she begins to see failure as the end. Your teenage girl must never see failure as the end. People that have done great things are great failures at a lot of things. At least from things I've read, people that have done great things, people that have done exceptional things, that failed a lot. A lot. But there are parents that encourage them on. There are parents that cheer them on. There are parents that sat with them. Sit with your girls. That's one thing that some of us never do. We never learn to sit with our children. We feel that they are grown. Oh, after all, now you are a teenager now. Maybe you are still as me in this house. And then we begin to rub shoulders as though we're in a competition. You're not in a competition with your teenage girl. You're there to guide. You're there to guide. So please, let them learn from failure. Let them find out why failure happened. Let them learn what to do with failure. That's your work in whatever area. Then the next thing you need to do is that you need to teach and emphasize the importance of process over outcome. It's process, character. Those are the things that will build grit and resilience. Process. These days, everybody is about outcome. Everything fast. We want it fast. And they begin to downplay failure and process. Please don't ever downplay process for your child. Don't ever downplay process for your teenage girl. If you do that, you're cheating her out of something very vital. Because when it doesn't happen quick, the way she's been expected to believe, the way she's been expected to think, and she begins to feel, oh, I'm failing after all. That's the downside of it. So teach, emphasize, the importance of process over outcome. And this is a challenge that this Gen X, this Gen Alpha, this Gen Z, they're going to encounter in their lifetimes. They're going to encounter because the social media is telling them otherwise, because the culture is telling them otherwise, because everything is telling them otherwise. But it's then the scriptures. If you're going to build a house, you need to sit down, count the cost. That tells you process. So please teach it to them so that they're not overwhelmed, so that they're not unduly pressured. If you don't teach process, your teenage girls will be unduly pressured. And you don't want that for them. Unduly pressure to perform, unduly pressure to bring out, to churn out. No need for pressure, no need for pressure whatsoever. Let them just keep being on their way. So if it takes them time, they will appreciate the process so that the outcome will be more tangible and more valuable. When the process is steady and sure, the outcome is more tangible. You can put that in the comment section if you're listening live. When the process is steady and sure, the outcome will be tangible. So this is what you should teach. So that it does not happen. It does not mean that it's not going to happen. So that does not happen. Doesn't mean that's not going to happen. So you have to teach them. Teach process. Sticking through. As simple as a puzzle. Let them finish it. That's great. It's simple. I used the example of something my daughter was doing. She used several months. I can't count how many months. I didn't care. I said, continue. Process. Then she says, oh, mommy, this puzzle is so difficult. And that's the end. And then nobody ever goes back to it. Oh, this chickens, it's so difficult. Oh, and nobody ever goes back. No. How would the outcome be valuable? Process. That's just example. I know what all these things that we do, this connection with them, this doing things together with them, all of this is what it will teach. process. You're in the kitchen, you're cooking. If you don't follow I don't like kitchen. For anyone that's close to me is going to know, but because I know that I have to see and pick, I have to drop lessons for my girl in it. Even in the kitchen, I begin to say things like, okay, this is where you do this, you do this, you do, so that the outcome can be valuable. If you are, you can understand what I am saying. So they don't just, I know the world we live in now, everybody is dumping process for outcome. Everybody is dumping process for, nobody cares. They begin to say things like, just no matter how you do it. But that's not how to have what's going to outlast anyone. That's not how to have what will outlast anyone. So teach them process. Teach them that process, if it is steady and sure, it will give them an invaluable outcome. And what do you think will happen when your girl follows through a process? What have you built? Grit. What have you built? Resilience. What have you built? Tenacity. That's what you've built when they follow through. When they follow through. It's even scriptural. So follow them that by patience have obtained the promises. So what is the rush? What is the giddy that we're doing? And you know what? Don't put pressure on them. Don't. So please teach them these things. The social media is doing a lot of damage. I hope you know. It's doing a lot of damage. So that's why you must keep the head of your teenage girl sane. Keep it sane. Keep it sane. The only person that can do that is you. The social media wants to tell them that you can be whatever at 16. You can be whatever. And you begin to see. You begin to see. Young people, they begin to commit heinous crimes. Heinous crimes that you begin to wonder, how did they think of this outcome? Nobody wants process. Nobody wants, and it is so. Don't think that this pressure is not getting to them. You can lie to yourself. You can kid yourself. Oh, my kids don't go out. They don't mix. Be there. Oh, my kids don't have friends. Be there. But they have social media uninterrupted. They have television. They're seeing everything. You don't know that they're soaking all of it in. And then don't forget that your thing is forming world opinion, world view. And that's what she's seeing every day. When you're a 13-year-old or 16-year-old say, this is what I have done, and you're wondering, when did they give birth to you? And when you begin to see the things that they have done to have what that they said they have. And that's why girls will go and start harvesting their organs. Everything is intertwined. That's what is trending. And just in case you don't know, I'm telling you, they go to hospitals, people that are looking for babies, and then they put these girls there. They when it's time to ovulate, then they harvest their eggs for 100,000 naira. Outcome. Process. What happens to selling things on campus? I've said it to us. If your girl is university, and that's how you should be trying to raise your girls from now on. If your girl is in the university, she should be having something that she's doing. They didn't teach us like that, but now that we know better, you can do it. So I'm saying, engage your girls, let them do things, so that you know that your headache is school fees and accommodation, and the other things are clothes, are undies, are bra, and whatever. She will fend for herself. That's what to do, really, so that she begins to appreciate the process. Anyone that will not follow process will be lost. So teach your girls these things. The next thing you need to do, you need to give them opportunities for adversity. Hiya. This one, do it. Oh, as a matter of fact, hiya. I don't know how to explain this. Deliberately create opportunities for adversity. Please put in the comment section. Deliberately create opportunities for adversity. Deliberately create opportunity for adversity. It will give you your scorecard on time. It will give you your scorecard on time. Let me share a story. Back home. So I will use milestones to teach my daughter. This is bus stop. This is where to go. This is that. I'll say to her, I'll be in the house. I'll be at the front of the gate. I'll say, go to that place. Oh, the father. I knew what I was doing. I'll say to her, go here. So I made sure she knew everywhere in my neighborhood. I made sure she knew everywhere. She knew she could go to where to buy fish. Just that I may not send her that far. What am I doing? I'm deliberately creating opportunity for adversity. I did not know that I would get into a system where life circumstances, life situations will make me change the dynamics of what I am doing. I did not know that life circumstances, life situations will change the dynamics of what I was doing. So right now she's currently 9, and her distance to school, this distance she covers to school from home to school is 20 minutes by trek. She's going to be 10 by December. Not because I've done all of that back home. So this new session, I looked at myself, I looked at my circumstances, I looked at everything surrounding me. I realized that this is the time. Create this opportunity. Oh, I could still stretch. I could still say, I could still struggle to say, okay, I'm gonna. But you know what? I did with my heart. So I understand. I am a mother like you. My heart too beat for my daughter like you. But I knew that I had to create that opportunity for that adversity. What is adversity? The adversity of coming home by herself. 9-year-old covering a 20 minutes journey. So what did I do? I created the opportunity. The things I need to put in place, I put them in place. So why? So that you can have your scorecard simple, so that you can know where to put in the work. So parents, please, this thing that we're doing, this is that we're doing. Hey, my daughter, I understand our daughters are important, but hey, we will not always be here for them. So let us prepare them. Depending on their age, I just gave you my own practical example. The first day of school, my heart was But now that heart that was doing it is gradually reducing. What am I doing? I'm beginning to look for another opportunity again, for adversity again. That's how we were raised. So why are we doing what we're doing? Some of us, our children can't even go to the next house. Our children can't even. Your teenage girl cannot engage a fellow girl because you say, no, I don't want that. Oh, I pity. Let me just keep quiet. But please create opportunity for adversity. That's how you know whether your girl is ready. That's how you know whether your girl will give up. That's how you know whether your girl will bow to pressure. That's how you will know, dear parents. I beg us, whatever you need to do, take their comfort a bit. Take their comfort a bit. Please do it. It will save their lives. See, I have found myself in places where I never thought, I never believed, I never thought I would. But I found myself there. It could happen. So when it happens, what will your daughter do? How will your daughter fare? Please, parents, deliberate about it. Begin to see how is their shock absorber life. If you don't create that opportunity, you're the one that you know what you do. I've just told you what I did for my own. And don't forget, it has to be age appropriate. And it has to be commensurate with the kind of work that you have done with them before. Please, caveat emptor. If you have always shielded your girl, this is the time to start removing the shield small. Begin to let them be exposed. Let them see how the word for what it is. So please, I beg of us, dear parents, I beg of us, create it. That will make you know what you have done. That will make you know your scorecard. That will make you know what you need to do. A girl that will not prostitute, a girl that will not prostitute will be a girl that even while she was at home, and her parents have said, there's nothing to eat. There's nothing to eat at all. It's a girl that's not throwing tantrum. I know what I am saying. You have just said to your girls that today or this week, or there's no meat, there's no fish, and they go, that's your scorecard, though. Meaning that when she gets to school and then you are not able to send money, she will look for money whether in the right way or in the wrong way. Please, parents, get on this immediately. Deliberately create opportunity for adversity, so that you will know what your girls will do. You have an idea of what your girls can do when you're not there, so that they don't shock you, so that you know where to put in the work. Please, whatever you need to do at the age that you are, test them. Withdraw little comforts. See, I was bringing my girl from a place of comfort, but life dynamics happened. We had to change our circumstance. We had to change our situation, and we had to sit ourselves down. Like, girl, this is where we are. How do we move from here? She's just 9. So please, dear parents, depending on where you are, the level that you are, please begin to create it. Opportunity for adversity. I won't take too much of our time on that. Then the next thing, don't rush to bail out, though. So after you have created the opportunity, don't rush to bail them out. When you see them, what's the word? Now I'm trying to look for the word to use. You see them groaning. Yeah, that's the word. They're groaning under the weight of that adversity. I know that it will do you. Oh, it will do you. The mother in you. Yes, it will do you, but you will not die. You're raising your girl. You're raising your girl to have grit. You're raising your girl to have tenacity. You're raising your girl to be audacious. You're raising your girl to be tenacious. That's what you're doing. Growth is not comfortable. Growth is hard. So don't rush. Don't be quick to bail them out. They say, this week, and then you have said to them, I'm just using an example. You're the one that you know what you want to use as an example in your place, in your home. You just said to them that this week, there's no chicken, because why? There's no much money, blah 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 blah. And then she goes this way, and the next I say, no, I'm just joking, and then you pack all of the chicken that you think you have just failed that test. Not your girl, you failed that test. Don't rush to bail them out. Don't rush. Who's coming to bail you out? You the adult now. Who's coming to bail you out? So don't rush to bail them. Let them see. There's something I read somewhere. It said let people make choices to see what they would rather do. It's as though they slapped me. I'm like, what? Let her make choices. See how she will handle it first. See how she will handle it. See how she will handle not having what she's used to. See how she will handle disappointment. See how she will handle it. That's when you will know what to do. That's when you will know where your work is remaining. That's when you will know the extra ingredients you need to put, especially if your girl is sanguine. For choleric girls, they don't have a problem as such. They console themselves, they pick themselves up. But your sanguine girl, why are girls depressed? Why are girls going through all sorts of things? Why are girls committing suicide? Why is it that it is girls that we have with the most issue of mental problems? Because they were not ready for life, and life happened. They were not ready. And life will happen. It will happen. In whatever way, whatever dimension, it will happen. But the question is, when it happens, after it has happened, will your girl still stand? Don't rush to bail them out. See what they would rather do. See the decision they would rather make. Your girl is in school. They have just said to her. She has just called to say, mommy, I don't have money. Mommy, I did. Mommy, I did. See what she would rather do. Will she go to a strip club? Will she go and meet that toaster? Depending on what your dating plan or whatever it is that is in your home. See what she would rather do. This is when you will know whether you have this grit that we're talking about. Is when the stakes are down, the odds are down, and you still refuse to do the wrong stuff. That's when you know. That's when you get your scorecard. So when the stakes are down, what will be the choice of your girl? When the stakes are down, what will be her choice? And that's your scorecard as a parent. The next one, teach when it is okay to regroup. Yeah, I know that it can be like, what is Coach Funmi saying? What she's talking about. But know when to regroup and continue. Know when to step in. We've just said, don't forget that you are working on a template. It's 18 years. All of us need that regrouping too. Know when to regroup. Know when to regroup. Know when to come in. That's what I mean. Know when to step into the situation. Know when to help. Know when to give counsel. Know when to offer comforts. Know it. That's why you are the parent. So know when it is, that scripture that talks about God not tempting you more than you can bear. And then after that he has tempted you, he's also going to provide a way of escape. Yeah. So know when to carry your child, and then you regroup. Know when to make a way of escape for your child. You would know, depending on the work that you have done. But if you have not done the work, begin to do the work gradually from the things I've been teaching since. Begin to do the work gradually. Begin to do the work gradually. Know when to regroup. Know when to step in. That's what I mean. So that your child is not hurt permanently. Know when to step in. So you don't say, I'm testing you. Even God doesn't allow you to be tested more than you can bear. So, know when to regroup. Know when to come in. Know when to save the day for your child. Even as much as they're not going to bail out, you should know when to come in to set a decision based on the level of work that you have put into your child. Do you understand? All right. Then the final one we're going to be talking about tonight. 2 more, sorry, and then we're done. So the next thing we're going to be talking about, you need to teach them to think through situations. This is one thing that this generation is lacking. Mommy, what? You know, the way they are quick to ask you why, what, why. You ask them something, do this, they are quick to say why. That same way, teach them to think through. Let them think through. Let them think and think through. Teach them to think through situations. Teach them. What are you doing? She comes and says, Mommy, I have a challenge. Say, okay, what is the challenge? You listen. Then you throw it back to her. So what do you think we can do? Don't say, okay, this is what you should do, this is what you should do. You are just shutting the grit, you're just shutting the resilience door. So teach, and don't forget, girls, they want everything to be done for them. Don't forget, you know, girls are manipulative. You are a girl, you were once there. Girls could be very manipulative. So because of, you know that already. So she's looking for you to render solution to her problems. That's what baby girl life. You know, is a cliche that we even say. Baby girl life. Baby girl life. So it's a cliche. So your girl wants to be rescued. So, but teach her to think things through. When she comes to you with challenges, you give it back to her. That what do you think? So let her come back. That's how to build grit. That's how to build mental skill, mental capacity. And that's the requirement for success. That's the requirement for success eventually. Let them use that brain. That brain is there, untapped, unused. Let them use it. Let them use it. So ask them. Don't jump in. Don't jump in their head. Don't jump in their thoughts. Ask them, what do you think? Write. You can even tell them, write your thoughts down. Let me see what you think. She's brought, and you know, when she's doing that, she's tasking herself, she's stretching herself. Then she's building her grit. She's building her capacity. She's building her capacity for resourcefulness. That's what she's doing. But for every time she has a problem, you have a solution. For every time she has a problem, you have a solution. She's not going to grow like that. For every time she has a challenge, you have the answer. Everything. Little things. Your girl is 10-year-old. You are still the one sorting your uniform, sorting at this, sorting at that. When will she use her head? Your girl is 13. You are the one that is still choosing. You're not letting her use her brain at all. Every decision you're making for her. Every decision you're making for her. Let her think things through. Think things through. She has a brain. There's a book. You have a brain. Ben Carson wrote it. They have brains, untapped, unused. Finally, teach the beauty of getting to destination. Hiya. How beautiful. The beauty of getting to destination. You need to teach it. Teach the beauty of getting to destination. What is the destination? When that purpose, when that call, when the idea is birthed, is fulfilled. There's nothing as beautiful as you saying to yourself, oh, I almost gave up. I almost gave up. I almost gave up, but I did not. There's nothing as beautiful. And it's because even this gospel that we're now shouting up and down in our head everywhere, it's because some people did not give up. Imagine people say, I know they go again. I know they go again. We're probably never ever going to get this the gospel in Africa. So same thing. Teach the beauty. Teach the end results. Teach it. You know, Jesus said that for the glory that was set before him. Do you understand what I am saying? For the glory that was set before him. So teach your girls. Teach the beauty of destination. Because it's destination. Teach the beauty. When you're done, when you have gotten to, I see some people, I'm like, wow. And then you know what? Another thing to do is expose them to people. So don't cover, don't cocoon your girls. Expose them to people that, had adversities and then they overcome. So that they can know that they're not the first person. What is doing us is common to man, I beg. So teach them the beauty of destination. I mentioned 10 things. I'll just run through again. I said, number 1, I said, teach the connection between resilience, grit, character, and ultimate success. I said, build character and consistently work on its deficit. This is very important. I said, model what to teach to them. Use their failures as a tool for teaching. Teach and emphasize the importance of process over outcome. Then give them opportunities for adversity. This is very, very important. Give them opportunities for adversity. Don't rush to bait them out. Teach when it is okay to regroup and continue. Then teach them to think things through. Teach them to think things through. Then finally, teach the beauty of getting to destination. See, These 10 things, if it is just one you will take, trust me, you will not have jellyfishes in your hands, but you have girls that are ready. You know, that's Boy Scouts stuff. Motto. Is it motto? Yeah, it's motto. Always, is it always ready or something? So you have girls that are ready. So that if life does bah, they do bah right back. Because life will always come with all of its aggression and everything. And if we're not careful, life has left a lot of people casualties. Life has left a lot of people casualties. So the question is, will your girl be a casualty in the field of life? I don't want to raise a child that will be a casualty. I don't want to be a casualty in the field of life myself. So I sure don't want to raise one. So that's the question. Will my daughter be a casualty in the field of life? Or will my daughter stand? Will she stand against pressure? Will she stand against oppression? Will she stand against bullying? Will she stand against promiscuity? Will she stand against impure life? Will she stand against it? Will she stand or will she fall? Because that grit is not there. Because that resilience is not there. Because that character is not there. That's the question, really. Will she turn and then she will be like, what have they been saying? What have they been saying? And don't forget, your scorecard is really the choices that your daughter makes after she has left your home. So you have time now, but you will not always have that time. That thing, it makes me sit up more than any other thing. That's the truth. That's your scorecard. The choices your daughter makes. Because you should be a well of wisdom to your daughter. Your daughter should be able to know that if what my mom said is this, if what my daddy said is this, then I have to do it. That's what you need to be, a well of wisdom. Be a well of wisdom to your daughter. Be a well of wisdom. Don't be a well of foolishness. Don't be a well of ignorance. A well of carelessness. Don't be that to your daughter. So if this last thing you hear, please hear it and hear it well. Be a well of wisdom. Build that. You can do. It's hard, but it's not impossible. And don't forget, we're on this journey together. You're raising girl. I'm raising girl too. We're on the journey together. And I can always say, I'm rooting for you. And then don't forget, my new book is coming on Amazon. It's for your girls, not for parents. It's for your girls. Once it's there, I'm going to make the information. I'm going to make the announcement. Then you go there, you buy for your girl, buy for every girl in your corner. Trust me, there will be something. No, not something. Plenty things for them to learn. And I'll be in your face and in your way again next week. And for every time you come, I don't take it for granted. But don't forget, it's more than coming. It is taking. It is the doing. It is in the doing that will see results. I thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm rooting for you. Thank you. And bye-bye.